Okay, so I kind of want to show you the Midi Fighter Twister. I've been having a little bit of latency issues, so we'll just have to kind of bear through that. So the reason why I like the Midi Fighter Twister is endless encoders, and you can probably see that a little bit on your screen there to the bottom right. But one thing that's pretty cool about the Midi Fighter Twister is the endless encoders. So if you're using something like another MIDI controller or like a coordinated control, you can push it up. That's like 127 value, and it stops, or 0 and it stops. With these knobs, the knobs keep turning, and it's got feedback. So where that comes in is like when you've got a patch that's, you've got it starting out where there's no pads, and then like at some, and then your fader's up here at the top. So Ableton has it at the bottom, but your hardware has it at the top because it just hasn't changed or updated. And I'm getting some fan noise from my laptop. I'll try to take that out later in RX. But so Ableton has it down here, and you've got your fader up here. As soon as you bring that down, it's going to jolt up to that very quickly because it gives a 126 value or whatever that is. With this system, that doesn't happen. So if you can watch, so if you're looking on your screen, I am going to press, so you'll see my mouse right there. Maybe you won't, but I'm on worship pad. I'll select it. Watch as I press this number 6. Do you see that? That is awesome. So it gives you feedback. And so it changes with every single patch. So you don't get those pops and cracks and things that you would normally with some of the other controllers. But this controller is, I mean, it feels professional. The buttons are super nice. The knobs are super nice. And they could be different things. So when you press down on a button, that could be one thing. The MIDI signal on turning the knob is an entirely different value. You can also do pretty cool things. Like, for example, if you look at this knob, so I'm going to turn this all the way around. So now I've got the volume all the way around. When I press it, it's gone because it's a different value now. So now you can adjust 2 parameters with the press of, a button there. So that's really, really cool. And I'll show you how I've got that set up. So for my setup, I've got, so if you can imagine, so 2 keys, 2 pads. So this is piano 1. This is the volume for piano 1. This is the filter. This is piano 2, so that's going to be like my keys, my CP70, my Rhodes, and then this is on and off, of course. This is my dark pad, that's on and off, and this is my bright pad, that's on and off. Up here at the top, so the buttons are different values, but each one of the tops are my filters. So, and I'll show you that first real quick. So let me take this off. I'm going to show, you'll see, so piano, keys 2, dark pad, bright pad, filters. So you'll see how I'll play that real quick, and I'll show you. Okay, so you can kind of see how I've got that going. So I actually don't think I mapped this one. I think I've actually mapped that one. So for this one, yeah. So you'll see I did that wrong in the video. Well, that'll be fun. All right, so this next patch, so this is a synth split. So basically, this is volume. When I press this, it separates the key bed. So I've got piano in the lower part, but it stops up here. So you'll notice it goes piano, which is pretty cool. And so when you unpress that, it takes it off. And then this is volume for that. This is my filter, so. And this is reverb. So remember when I said the buttons have different functions? So this is reverb. And then if you press it, this is delay. So you bring this in, it gives you more delay. Pretty cool. That's one reason why I like that. So turn that pad off. This one is a worship pad. This is what I used. I use it a lot, but I've been using these two pads more often. So this is the worship pad here. Bit more. So that's the first four. The next one, so you've probably seen me use it some, but this right here is piano reverb. So this is without, and then this is with all the way. All right, so when I press this button, it goes to shimmer. So you can see with these buttons, I've just got one button. There. So this one right here is the same thing. So it's pad reverb, and then when you press it, I've actually got this one a little bit different, and you can see how the buttons are customizable. So this one, you press it and turn. And then as soon as you let off, it continues with reverb. And then this button right here actually turns the shimmer on and off. When you turn the shimmer on, you'll hear the shimmer effect, so that's the reason why I have it separated like that. This is piano delay. You just heard me take it on and off, but you press it. On, off, and then volume. This right here is pretty cool. So this button is my sidechain and sequencer. So all the way to the left, and it's, but then you turn it all the way to the right. So you can kind of see how that works. So the top buttons, I think I've hit everything there. So I've gotten through these three. So the top buttons here, these are all filters, of course, for each one of these four. But this one is octave. So the way that works is so this is without. Kind of helps with those lead lines. This one, like I said, turns the shimmer on for the pad here. This one, actually, it just turns the Wolf compressor on. So let me see if you'll hear with and without. You can probably hear the difference there. Okay, so and then the last one, it just changes. So normally the Midi Fighter Twister, you change the patches on the side. What I found is that I can't quickly go to more settings reaching for the side while playing the piano. So the way I've got around that is I've mapped this, and you can see in here, Midi Fighter Twister, I've just mapped it to those, to where it just changes the signal. So you press this and it changes the bank. So this one is the same settings as before. So you'll see all the colors don't change except for this row. And so the reason why that I've got it like that, so when you change it to this is my song selection. So this is patch 1, patch 2, patch 3, patch 4. So the reason why I like that, that's usually the way I do that. So patch 1, whoops, I guess I need to turn them all on. Patch 1. So that's how I usually run that. And so also for this one, these are my actual patches. So this one right here is just the regular compressed piano. This one is, so these are my pianos, keys 2, dark pads, bright pads, and then this is just the worship pad and the cathedral pad, and then next and previous. So this one's compressed piano, this one's upright piano. I think this one's soft piano. You can probably see it in here changing. Let me see. Yeah, so soft piano. This one is my CP70. This is Rhodes. This one's a brass sound. This is my pad, so it just changes the pads. The reason why I do that, so you go here, so you go to pad 1. Let's say your patch 1 for song 1. You start with an upright. So you change here, and then boom, you can change it back to your compressed piano, and I'll show you. So, I'll show you what I mean. So you can kind of see how I run everything. So I've had a ton of issues this broadcast, and I'm going to work on fixing those. My interfaces, headphone jack looks like it's coming in and out, and my computer fan has just been going nonstop. So it's just I've got so much going, and I'm not usually using this many patches and running OBS and running a microphone on the inside. I can actually hear it like ringing in. So that's my setup here. So if you ever have questions, if you want to see more, if you want to see some more of how I usually run patches. For the most part, on the way I run things, so I don't use this one as often, so I'm probably 9 times out of 10, this is going to be my workflow here. I usually don't use this filter for the piano unless it's for altar call or something like that. For my pads, I actually run both of these. I don't usually run this worship piano as much. I usually just run these, and I usually keep this one around there, and then keep this. I usually, if it's like soft and stuff, I usually keep it here, but I'll bring it up to like right there. It's usually my first go-to, and then whenever, actually maybe more so like right there, and then whenever it starts getting bigger, I'll slowly start bringing things up. And then when we're full blast, I don't usually, unless it's required, I may bring up the volume like right there. So, and you can open up the filter all the way depending on the need of the song there. That's what I usually run for pads. And then for reverb, so this is my piano reverb. I usually play with it right there from the beginning. And then if I need to open it up, I'll usually go between there and there. Sometimes I'll hit this shimmer patch and make it go all the way, make that sort of dark pad sounding. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed.